On today's video, I will be installing some casters on a 12-ton shop press from Harbor Freight. I will be using some casters that I bought from Harbor Freight as well. I really like these casters. They're cheap, $4 a piece. So I got $16 in these casters, and I'll be able to move a really heavy piece of equipment really easily. So for installing these casters, I bought 4 of these casters that have brakes on them. And I bought some hardware from a local hardware store. These are 5/16 18 by 3/4 inch bolts. Bought some washers and some locking nuts. So the first thing I'm going to do is locate the casters where I want them. That's going to be as far out as possible, just to try to keep it from being as top heavy as possible. I'm going to take a Sharpie and mark the center of the hole. And unfortunately, I don't have the room to put 4 bolts on this, so I'm just going to put 2 on the outer edges. Everything will still be fully supported by the caster. So now I'm going to drill a pilot hole. Just a small, probably 1/8 inch hole in each location, and then I'll step up until I can run the 5/16 bolt through. Alright, holes are drilled, now it's time for hardware. So, I've got washers for top and bottom. And most likely I'll have to run the bolts from the bottom, just for clearance purposes. Alright, so just for a few hours and a few minutes, we've got a 12-ton chop press we can move around without getting the dolly. We'll go wherever we want. We can lock it into place. So here's the press with the casters on it. It's not as top heavy as I thought it was going to be. It's a little sturdier than I thought. However, it is still a little rickety, but that's just the way it came brand new from Harbor Freight. But all in all, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I'll put a link in the description below to the casters on Harbor Freight's website. And then the bolts were just a 5/16 18, 3/4 of an inch long. Fender washers on top and bottom, and locking nuts as well.